Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Fair enough.
BBN Jackfrost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We got a lot to talk about today. All right, so first thing I want to make clear, we will be talking about the debate. As everybody know, last night there was a debate between the current vice president, the sitting vice president, and Donald Trump, who is currently trying to become the president, both of them obviously. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is this right here. And I just want this to be clear as we're having this discussion. At this point, I don't consider ABC News to be free press. I consider ABC News to be a platform that you can buy. I consider ABC News a platform that doesn't necessarily tell the truth. I consider ABC News straight up propaganda. I just want to be clear on this. I consider ABC News straight up propaganda. A lot of this show is going to expose why I believe that. You can disagree with me if you choose. A lot of this show will explain, today's show will explain why I believe that, because at this point, I think it's just obvious that ABC News, that's who was running the debates last night, it seemed like they have a vested interest in Kamala Harris winning and Donald Trump losing. So the first thing I want to say before we get to the actual debate is, I do know right after the debates, I'm not 100% sure which news platform did it, but I think it was ABC, but it could have been someone else. They immediately called on vice president nominee to speak. They immediately called on Tim Walz to speak. They asked him about the debate. If that's not being biased, I don't know what is. Did y'all also invite JD Vance? Because you should have invited them at the same time. Just so we could be clear. And which one didn't agree to pulling up at the same time with the other individual, then you leave them off and you just bring the one that wanted to pull up. I think that's the fair way to do it. I think by having one candidate, one vice presidential candidate on, and not having any other vice presidential candidate on, there's only two, obviously. I think what you do is you run the risk of being biased. I personally think that they were biased. If you also think that they was biased, drop some frost in the chat for me. I want to know who else also shares this opinion. With that being said, the first thing that I want to discuss is ABC literally let Kamala Harris lie. A frost. That's a snowflake, a frost. ABC willingly allowed for Kamala Harris to repeatedly lie and repeatedly say things that were not true. And they did not fact check her. But who did they fact check? They fact checked the heck out of Trump. Every time Trump said something that they had the ability to go back to and say, oh no, but you're kind of wrong right there, sir. They did. While at the same time allowing Kamala Harris to say that Project 2025 is Trump, which he's done said a million times it's not, with various other things that Trump did not say, that Kamala Harris was out there saying he did say. Remember the last time when they had a debate and it was Biden, and Biden tried to say that Trump called, and I got something to show y'all in a second, but give me one moment. Trump called the individuals that were racist that happened in Charleston town. I can't remember the name right now, but everybody knows about the situation. I think it happened about 4 or 5 years ago. And they had the individuals that were coming. And they had the individuals. We'll discuss that in 2 seconds. They had the individuals that was coming and they was going to take down a statue, and they didn't want the statue to be taken down because, you know, racism. And there was a ton of things that happened. It was a small town. It was a college town. For everybody that don't know what a college town is, it's basically a small town where basically the majority of the people that live there either go to the college or work there. Like, not the majority, but no, it's a college town in any regard. They keep saying that Trump called racists good people. That's not what he said. He said that there's good people on both sides of the argument. Now, if you don't believe that there's good people on both sides of the argument, how can you be the president of the United States? I'm going to just hold on. I'm going to slow down and explain this for 2 seconds. There's the liar, and then there's the people who unwittingly believe the liar. I'm going to say this again. There's the liar, and then there's the people who unwittingly believe the liar. Both of these people are dangerous. They're causing problems. But without the liar, this individual over here might be doing something good in the world. They just happen to believe a lie. They just happen not to have the appropriate information. And now they've been tricked. They've been, for lack of a better term, hypnotized into believing something that's not true. I'll give you a perfect example. A ton of people out here in Coney Island are hypnotized into believing negative things about me. So there's a ton of them. They're hypnotized. Every time I see them, I just try to avoid them. All you got to do is let me know that you've been hypnotized. I will try to avoid you for the rest of my life. I don't want an apology. I don't want an explanation. I'm going to actively try to avoid you. With that being said, there are a lot of people who are hypnotized into believing a lot of the foolishness that comes out of the left. I don't necessarily blame them. I blame the liar. So that means that I also blame ABC News. Why? Because it's their job. Part of being the moderator isn't just asking questions. Part of being the moderator is knowing details about the situations. Because while you're asking questions, you also have to make sure that the people who are giving the answers are checked if they're not being honest. ABC was not checking her. ABC was allowing her to run rampant with lies. And not just new lies, but things that we know are lies. At this point, and I just want to be honest about this. This is not me. There are a lot of good people out there that believe Trump is bad and believe that Kamala Harris is good. And these are good people. These are God-fearing people. These are people that love America. They've just been hypnotized into believing things that aren't true. And often the reason why they can't come back from that is because of shame. Now they feel shame. You know, they believed the lie for a year. They were out here talking crazy, promoting a lie. Now they find out the lie is not true. Now what do? Do you acknowledge that you were fooled? Nobody wants to be a fool. So instead of just saying, damn, they fooled me, people go harder for the lie. Because now, even though we know it's a lie, we have to make that lie real, or people are going to know I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's what people do. And that's what Trump is going through. And that's what I believe a lot of the people who are voting for Kamala Harris, I believe that that's what they're suffering through right now. Not from, but through. They're suffering through their own guilt of knowing that Kamala Harris is not a good candidate. But since they've already talked so much trash about Trump, they can't go back. They're going to be like, I'm being a hypocrite. One, you're not being a hypocrite. Not having information and then getting new information and changing your position on a policy or your position on a subject. That's called learning. That's okay. You can feel extremely strong about something and then get new information. And upon getting that new information, you can then restructure your thinking on said subject. That's called intelligence. So what we need to do is, as a people, is that we need to start handling some of these people with kid gloves, because they're not evil. They've just been tricked. Now, them other weirdos that's out in the street doing all of that, spray painting buses and doing, handle them as physical as possible. The ones that's out there causing all type of different mayhem, handle them however you want to handle them. But the individuals that have just been tricked, that has just been tricked, handle them with kid gloves. Because a lot of these people want to do the right thing. Now let's get to the debate. I don't even know where to start. Why do Kamala Harris always lie? I'm at this point, and I just want to be clear on this. If you are a Democrat and you vote Democrat, you should be extremely pissed at your party. And the reason why you should be extremely pissed at your party is because they could have put up a better candidate. They could have had a primary. They just elected not to. Because they want a specific government in place to do specific things. And those specific things don't necessarily help the public. They don't. These specific things is taking our resources from America and giving them to other countries, which we all see. Now, I want to say something, and just so we can be clear. You do know what almost every war on the planet has been fought over, right? Almost every war. You know, people are going to say the Bible, and I can't argue that point. But almost every war has been about resources. I'm trying to see if okay, good, I got it. So almost every war has been about resources. Even animals in the animal kingdom, they fight over resources. Why is our current administration giving all of our resources to other countries? So hold on. Because it's not just money. They're giving all of our money to Ukraine, while at the same time, they're giving all of our farmland to China. What's more important on this planet than money and food? I'll wait. What thing that we purchase in America on Earth that has a greater value than wealth and food, I wait. Because these are the two resources that they're giving to other countries. Now, I got a whole nother question for you that's involved in this. The Democrats talk about China this, China that since Trump ran the first term. They've acknowledged that China's our enemy, right? Then why do so many Democrats work hand in hand with China, including Tim Walz? Who runs our government? Who runs our government? The Democrats are giving away all of our resources. And y'all over here arguing about whether women can have abortions up to the 8th and 9th month. We're about to have all of our resources controlled by other countries. And the most important thing to the Democrats is that women could abort their babies. Tell me where the lie at. Also, iron sharpens iron. You could also always pull up to the Cash App down there. You see the Cash App right here? You want to support the platform, you could always pull up to the Cash App at any time. That goes for anyone. If anybody is enjoying the show so far this morning, or at any point during the show, you could always pull up to the Cash App. Copy? Help you out there, because you was trying to, it seems like you was dropping a lot of comments trying to figure out how you could support over here. Pull up. Buy me lunch today. How about that? Pull up. No, it is about MAGA. It is about making America great again. It is. It literally is. But I do understand what you're saying. It's not about the if this is what you're saying. It's not about the Republican Party. That I agree with. It's not about the Republican Party. But it is about America being guided back to prosperity. Just so we could be clear. What up, Rich? Rich says, I'm starting to believe anyone voting Democrat. Rich says, I'm starting to believe anyone voting Democrat must be down with the LGBTQ. Sorry. You know what? No, I can't argue. I don't believe that personally. But you know what? I can't argue that. Because at this point, the only people that's actually benefiting from the Democrats being in office is the LGBTQ community and foreign nations. That's it. Let me show y'all something real quick. Did I unplug the thing yet? Foreign nations, the migrants, foreign nations. Okay, so they're gonna do some music. I'm not gonna play the music. But do you see that? I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. Hold on. Let me share this to myself so I can bring this up on the screen and show y'all this. This is bananas what I'm about to show y'all. So apparently, the earrings that Kamala Harris had in weren't earrings. It was a transmitter so somebody could talk to her. Hold on. It's about to come up. I'm about to pull it up on the screen real quick. We ain't going to play because it got music attached to it. So I'm not going to play it. But we had some. I'm going to show you right now. Hold on. These people just can't be trusted. I don't get why these people just can't be trusted. I'm sorry. Hold on. I gotta wait for it to all the way upload. These people just can't be trusted. I don't care what nobody say. I don't want to hear any I got it wrong. I don't really want to hear discussion about it. I just don't think the Democrats can be trusted. Period. Every single thing they do, it seems to be below board. Everything they do, it seems to be. And that's why I don't blame the people voting Democrat, but so much. And that's why I don't blame the people who vote Democrat, but so much. Because I 100% believe that you guys have been tricked. I 100% believe. I know some good people, and they're going to vote Democrat. I know some good, smart people. They're going to vote Democrat. Because they're so locked in to their black, so they don't have a choice. They're so locked into Republicans, even though the Republicans are the people that freed the slaves. Republicans are racist. Even though the Democrats was the Ku Klux Klan. Republicans are racist. They're just locked in. And, you know, there might be, like, we would probably have to literally elect her and then be put into chains. And then after that, they might consider that it was a bad idea. And that's how I think a lot of Democrats are. You know, they just are just convinced of something and they don't care. You know, right now it's not about helping America. Right now it's about, what the fuck want this shit? Pardon my language. Why is it not? It's just taking forever to download. It's taking forever to upload, so it's taking forever to download. We'll go to it in a minute. I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm going to show y'all that in a minute. What up, Tada? Chilling. Hey, Tada, Rich, why don't y'all collab this morning and buy me breakfast? They go to Cash App on the bottom. Collab this morning. Both of y'all collab and come through and buy me breakfast. Lunch this morning. With that being said, both of these guys are great guys. If they don't buy me lunch, it's not that big of a deal. Both of these guys are great guys. That's why I fuck with them. I do want the lunch, but that's why I fuck with them. Because I feel like I have a relatively decent rapport with them where I could say certain things and joke around and kind of be serious. With that being said, I tell y'all what. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a show tonight. I don't know. Because, real quick, I'm sorry that I got to just take one break from talking politics for 1 second. So we have gaming coming up in the next by the first week of October, we're going to have gaming. Before then, we already doing everything that we need to do to get everything in line. By the first week of October, we're going to have gaming, and we're going to be gaming at night. We're going to be on 2K. And right now, I could tell you factually, we're going to be on 2K and a couple of other games. I could tell you factually that we're going to be on 2K. We're going to be on Madden. I don't know what other games I'm buying at this point, but we're going to be on 2K. We're going to be on Madden. We're going to be on this game called DC Universe. And we're going to try to get on at least one shoot 'em up game. And we're going to be going live. We're going to be playing the games at night, just so we can be clear. So for everybody who games at night, we're going to start doing the Tonight Show at night. And then directly after the Tonight Show, we're going to roll right into the gaming. I just want everybody to know that's the plan. Okay, that's the plan. We just got to purchase a couple of more things. We've been buying a couple of things over the last couple of, of recent time. There's just a couple of more things that we got to purchase, and we're in there. All right, so we're going to be gaming for everybody that like Madden, for everybody that like 2K, for everybody that likes, and we're going to also have tournaments on the weekend, just for everybody to know. We're also going to have a Street Fighter tournament, and because I got to get Street Fighter, we're going to have a Street Fighter tournament, and we might also have a Mortal Kombat tournament, just so we can be clear. Now, with that being said, let's get back to the show. Let me see if this is ready real quick. I hate when it's just not letting me download the damn thing. All right, it's not letting me download, so I'm going to, I don't know why it's not letting me download. Hold on. Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. I was about to say, this shit been in here forever. Why? I want to show y'all this real quick. This is in the, all right, cool. It's in the, I had to check the folder it was in. Check this out. Hold on, I'm about to show y'all right now. You're right on point. All right. So, do y'all see that right here? Nova H1 audio earrings. Earphones embedded in earrings. Same exact earrings. Coincidence? How could y'all vote for this woman? I need an answer. I need an answer. How can y'all vote for this woman? How can y'all vote for a president that obviously needs people to feed them information in order for them to have a debate? You want to know the number one reason why I 100% believe that she was having somebody feed her information? Because initially, she wanted to have the debate with notes. What kind of shit is that? She wanted to have notes. They know they lost, by the way. I'm going to tell you why in a second. They know they lost. Or they feel they lost. They lost. So far, 39 people voted. Who won the debate? 56% said Trump, 21% said Kamala Harris, 23% said just want to see results. So I want to be clear on this. All of a sudden, she knows stuff now. That's bananas, right? All of a sudden, Kamala Harris, who knew nothing, who needed crib notes to do a debate. How do you need notes to do the debate and you vying for the presidency of the United States? You're vying for the highest single office on earth. Right? The highest known single office on earth, and you need notes to do a debate. That's like you on a track meet. Everybody else is running, but you got a moped. Just saying. Just saying. Isn't Trump the one that they called a liar? I don't trust people that swear up and down that other people are lying, but they can't tell me where a person was lying at. I don't trust them. Because what people like to do is, this is just my perspective, they like to take a situation where you didn't lie. It just didn't work out the way that you was trying to make it work out. And then they say that you lied. They try to disparage your name after they're the reason why the thing you was trying to do failed. So you'll be trying to do something. They'll throw a monkey wrench in whatever you're trying to do, and it don't work out. And then their number one thing to do now is go behind you and say that you lied about something. You didn't lie about anything. You tried to make a thing happen. It didn't happen. And it didn't happen because of the people that's calling you a liar. That's gaslighting. That's the Democratic Party. They can't win an election right now without gaslighting. I'm pretty sure every single Democrat that has been elected, there was gaslighting going involved. That's how I feel now. I feel like we cannot trust the Democratic Party at all, not even a little. That's how I feel. Let's move on to the next thing. That's crazy though, right? She had earrings in, right? That there just happens to be a company that makes earphones where somebody could communicate with another person, and the earphones that they make look exactly like the earrings that she was wearing. And I think that's bananas. They didn't even try to disguise the earrings. That's bananas. They could have tried to disguise. They knew she was going to be doing a debate for how long? They couldn't just call the company up and say, yo, look, we need a different model. The Democrats stay playing in y'all face, and then y'all go vote for them. I need explanations. I need all the explanations. Let's move to the next thing. So another point that Kamala Harris was trying to bring up to try to bash Trump is the reason for January 6th, right? This is why ABC ain't shit. This is why ABC ain't shit. We already have video evidence of Nancy Pelosi more than one time saying that what happened on January 6th was her fault. I'm going to say this again. We already have proof of Nancy Pelosi saying it with her own voice, recorded by her own daughter, that January 6th was her fault. We also have a letter from the mayor of DC saying that he didn't want the extra troops that Trump wanted to send to the Capitol. Trump told them it might be a problem down there. Let me send 10,000 troops, National Guard. The mayor of DC said, no, we don't need them. Nancy Pelosi didn't get extra protection while they knew that there was going to be an issue. And then to add insult to injury, why every time they try to say that was Trump's fault, they're just lying to you, is in the actual at the actual rally where Trump was talking, he told people to be peaceful, no violence. He even said, go home. Days leading up to the event, he contacted Nancy Pelosi. He contacted the mayor of DC. He told them his intel, which meant we got to make sure that we secure the Capitol. Both of these individuals did not want his assistance or help. How does Kamala Harris last night get on the debate stage and say that it's worse than 9/11, where hundreds of people died? Thousands? And that's the person you want to elect, Democratic voters? Someone that said that an event that, tragically, there's like 6 deaths linked to it. One person died on the day, the lady that got shot, right? And there's other people that their deaths are linked to the events of that day. So it's about 6, 7 people at the most. How are you going to say 6 or 7 people perishing, losing their life? It's tantamount. It's the same thing or worse than thousands. How are y'all voting for this person? What might I add you? It was Nancy Pelosi's fault and the mayor of DC's fault, not Trump's fault. But they keep saying it's Trump's fault. Something to think about. Just something to think about. I think, and I got something to tell you in 2 seconds too. I just want to make sure that I cover a couple of things before I say this. So, matter of fact, I'll say it right now. Let me tell you how many people voted first. 42 people voted. 55% says they believe Trump won. 24% says they believe Kamala won. 21% says they just want to see the results. So let me explain something to y'all. Y'all know Kamala and her camp is now asking for a second debate. You think they would be asking for a second debate if they won? If they felt like they won? Who told y'all they was going to be asking for a second debate? Somebody told y'all. This guy. I said this like a couple of weeks ago. I said, basically, Trump was going to manhandle her and she was going to ask for a second debate. While they're running around right now trying not to have a debate. You want to know the real reason why they need a second debate more than any other reason? Because somebody tell me one policy she talked about last night that we want. Could anyone tell me about even one policy that she spoke about that we want? Don't come and tell me the lie. Tell me what the actual policy is and what it does. Like, I give you a good example. So she keeps talking about how she wants to fight for women's reproductive rights. Having an abortion isn't reproductive rights. That's the right to be able to kill your unborn child. Reproductive rights would be IVF. Right? Reproductive rights would be the things that allow for women to be more fertile in order to be able to bear a child. That's reproductive rights. Abortion rights is not reproductive rights. Abortion rights is the right to be able to execute your baby while it's still in the womb. That's what that is. And just so we could be clear, you literally cannot be pro-God and be on that type of time. It's one thing if her going to term and having the child might kill the woman. Like I said, I can't argue those points. We don't want the woman to die. An abortion in that particular situation, I can't argue against it. I'm not intelligent enough, nor do I know enough about theology in order for me to be able to explain that particular situation. So as far as somebody being assaulted and they don't want to keep the baby, the woman about her health being in jeopardy, and incest, those are good reasons, as far as I can say, why a person, with the belief systems that we have currently on the planet, should actually have an abortion. Anything outside of that, I would need an explanation for, because I don't agree with anything outside of that. Now, with that being said, Trump didn't take away anybody's right to have an abortion. He just kicked it back to the states. Now, I want to explain something for everybody that don't get it. England is a state, right? Yeah, it's a country, but it's a state. Ireland is a state, right? I know it's a country, but it's a state, right? Poland, I know it's a state. I know it's a country, but it's a state, right? So think about it like this. Just like Ireland is a state, New York is a state. Tennessee is a state. Massachusetts is a state. They just all states that belong to the Union, the United States of America. Remember, North America, Central America, South America. So we're the Americas. The USA are just the states in America who have united, and they become a unified country. So each individual state is basically its own country. So Trump didn't take abortion away. He just did the thing that is literally makes the most sense. I'm going to allow the people in the individual states to make the decision about what the position on this matter as in regards to that individual state. We do that with almost everything else. Now, if you don't want to live in a state that bans abortion, you can move. Or you can stay there and just not have an abortion. Get pregnant responsibly and then have the child. Once again, not talking about people who have been raped, not talking about incest, and not talking about a situation where the birth of the child might kill the mother. Tada said Trump flamed her and Biden without looking at her one time. Yeah, see, this is the problem with debating somebody like Kamala Harris. You can't say anything to them because they're going to always pretend like you're attacking black women, attacking black people, or attacking women. So you can't say nothing now. She's going to always play the victim, pretend you're doing something you're not doing. I hate that, by the way. I hate the fact that we just have black people who just walk around and think everything is racism, when sometimes it's not racism. The other person might just be an idiot. It might be that simple. It might not be racism. The other person might just be an idiot. Not that racists aren't idiots, but it might be that's just that simple. The other person is incompetent. It might be just that simple. But yet you screaming racism. The other person ain't even racist. They don't even care one way or another about race. They're just incompetent. So that's basically how she planned on winning. And that's why she kept pushing that narrative. Every time she assault Trump first because they have no policy. All of their policies is Trump's policies. I don't know how y'all trust people that do stuff like that. I don't know how you trust people that criticize somebody for something just so they could do it. Like the individuals that criticize me whenever I get donations, but they be on their platforms asking for donations. But if I get a donation, they criticize me. But they be on their platforms asking for donations. YouTube literally tells you to tell your community to donate to you, by the way. They literally say that. So, anyway, BX Rich says they keep saying Trump wants to control abortion, but literally he keeps saying he's leaving it to the states. I might never vote Democrat again as long as I live. I might live 60 years from now. I mean, I'm not gonna live 60 more years, but and never vote Democrat again. I might never vote Democrat again under any circumstances and or situations. Never. I can't even look at a person who's a part of the Democratic Party. I'm not talking about the voters. I'm talking about the actual politicians. I can't look at them the same anymore. Anyone that supports Biden or Kamala Harris, I just assume you're a communist. Somebody earlier said the LGBTQ community. Nah, I assume, yeah, that also, but I just assume you're a communist. That's it. I assume you're a communist. That's it. It's that simple. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm going to assume you're a communist. All of her positions have always been communism. She's literally the most left-leaning senator like ever. She's more left-leaning than what's this dude name? Bernie Sanders. Absolute insanity. Something else I want to talk about the debate. Absolute insanity. I don't know what to tell you, be honest with you. Just insanity. So many different levels of crazy. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like it's just so many different levels of crazy. Like level after level after level after level. I just don't trust Democrats. And when not the politicians at all. And to be perfectly honest with you, every time I see somebody nowadays that say that they're going to vote for Kamala Harris, no, like I said before, I believe that there's a lot of good people, good, smart people that are going to vote for Kamala Harris because they're under the belief that they're black and they don't have no choice. Niggas is really still slaves. I 100% believe that the reason that they believe they don't have no choice. And that's sad. Because I know people that don't agree with her policies. And the reason why I say they don't agree with their policies, because I've had conversations with them before election season. So I know the stuff that, you understand what I'm saying? I have a pretty decent understanding about, their political viewpoints. And they don't agree with Biden nor Kamala Harris. But they're going to vote for them. Even though those people are not doing any of the things that they want done. Just because she's black. They feel like they don't got a choice. I don't know how I feel about a second debate. Just so we could be clear. I don't know how I feel about a second debate. I don't want a second debate unless there's a crowd. If there can't be a crowd, because right now Trump is in the pole position, so he can make what he wants. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? He's in the driver's seat. He's in the pole position. So if I was Trump, I'd just be like, look, the next debate we got to have an audience. There got to be a crowd. Her people are not gonna want a crowd. So if Trump don't want to debate her no more, all he has to do is say there has to be a crowd. She's not going to do it. Because the last thing they want you to see is how unpopular she is. She's unpopular. Man. Remember, it's always the unpopular people that are trying to talk shit about other people. When was the last time you saw a popular person trying to drag another nigga down? You don't see that. Popular people don't try to make other people look bad. You understand? I promise you they got other things on their mind. It's the people who are unpopular that spend all of their time talking shit about somebody, that spend all of their time trying to convince you to not like this person, not like that person. It be the unpopular people. It don't be the popular people. I promise you from personal experience, when a person is popular, the last thing they thinking about is talking down on somebody. They're not even thinking about it, fam. Only people thinking about that is niggas that are unpopular. I promise you. That's the only people thinking about that shit. Anything anybody want to ask me? Anything about the debate specifically y'all wanted me to expound on? Also, if you're enjoying the show, you could always pull up to the Cash App. They go on the bottom of the screen. Or the Super Chat or the PayPal. But if you pull up to the Cash App today, it'd be very appreciated. I don't know what's going to do. Nobody's going to do that. Anything else y'all want to discuss about the debate? Put it in the chat. I'm going to send y'all to a commercial. I'm going to be right back. 1 second. What the fuck? Oh. Send y'all to a commercial. Be right back. Let's play some basketball. There we go. Anything else y'all want to discuss? I'm not gonna stay on and hold y'all too long. Our numbers is low, and also I'm gonna let y'all get back to what y'all was doing. I don't be thinking y'all like the show in the morning. That's why I don't be doing the show. I be thinking don't nobody like it, so that's why I don't be doing the show. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? I'll give y'all a couple of seconds to tell me, and if not, then I'm gonna get up out of here. Just looking for something. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so there's no other questions. There's nothing else y'all guys want to talk about. I'll just end off with this real quick. I'm blow my nose. Nah, I appreciate you, Rich. They just convinced everybody to hate me. Like, they just convinced everybody to hate me, fam. It just is what it is. So it just convinced everybody to hate me. So it is what it is. They can't get any people to donate to their page. So they just come here and make sure that don't nobody donate to me. So they just try to get everybody to hate me. That's it. Okay. So I'm not going to say your name, and I'm also not putting you up on the screen, but I will comment because I'm assuming you're one of the haters and not somebody that disagrees with me. If you were I just thought you were somebody that disagreed with me, then I'll put your comment up there. But I don't think you're somebody that disagrees with me. And then you said just my opinion. So I know for a fact you're one of the haters. The first thing I'm going to say is this. They didn't fact check Kamala Harris at all while she said only lies. Like 90% of what came out of her mouth were lies. They didn't fact check her at all. See? Now I'm just going to kick you. Boom. So they didn't fact check Kamala Harris at all. Not even a little bit. So I saw something posted during the debate. So during the debate, ABC, the people who run ABC, were worried and they still worried about this, obviously, that if Trump wins, they're going to lose access to the White House. So Trump wins, Trump is going to consider them to be fake news, and ABC News is not going to have any access to the White House for 4 years. That's not good for a news organization. They won't be able to ask the president or his staff anything. No answers is going to come their way. They're not going to be invited to places. They might just not be allowed in the areas. So I say all this to say, ABC News was so biased that even they know. So for anybody to come onto any platform and use the fact that ABC News was fact-checking Trump, and they're not going to point out the fact that they were not fact-checking Kamala Harris, then obviously that person was sent. Who sent you? Who sent you to come in here and say that? Somebody sent you to come in here and say that. Shout out to Tada. ABC was pro Kamala, and they were only fact-checking Trump. And they did the same thing when he debated Hillary. Agreed. They also did the same thing when he debated Biden. Tell me where the lie's at. The only difference is when he debated Biden, they fact-checked Biden a little bit because they wanted him up out of there. So they fact-checked Biden like a little bit. I think they fact-checked her like once, maybe twice the whole night, while every single thing that Trump said, that they were even fact-checking Trump about shit that he was right about. Like about those people eating people's pets. These mofos is really eating people's pets. They just catching animals in the wild and eating them bitches. They had a lady fucking with 3 cats on a spigot here in New York City. 3 cats on a spigot cooking it. For everybody that don't know what a spigot is, it's the thing that you put you put the food on it and then you turn it so that it turns. Let me make sure. That's a spigot. Right now I'm confused. Spigot. They had the cat like on a rotisserie. Yeah, spigot. Okay, a rotisserie. Pardon me. Rotisserie. They're like on the rotisserie thing. But what do you call skewer? There you go. They have the damn cats on the skewer. On the rotisserie. See, I told you, whenever I don't know something, I Google it immediately. Immediately. Like, I will literally just be walking through the street, think of something, and not be 100% certain of it, and Google it. Every single thing that I'm not certain, I Google immediately. Even if I think I know. These niggas is done, fam. So they got Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Chuck Schumer, freaking who was the other mayor? Bloomberg, because Bloomberg was the mayor when 9/11 happened. Bloomberg, they got all of them out there, and only person people are screaming out is Trump. This is sick. Dumb niggas is sick, fam. Dumb niggas is sick, fam. Today's 9/11, by the way, for everybody that don't know. So that's why, or wasn't cognizant of it, But and that's why it was so crazy when Kamala Harris last night said that January 6th is worse than 9/11. That she's crazy, fam. She's crazy. She said January 6th was worse than when planes flew into a building and destroyed the building and crumbled the building down onto the city. And people are still right now having health problems due to the asbestos that was in the building. Niggas is catching cancer and dying. So besides the individuals that died on the day, besides the people in the plane that died on impact, besides the people who was on those floors that died in impact, besides the people who was in the building that couldn't make it out of the building and died, besides the first responders that showed up to the situation, tried to go in the building and save people that died, besides the individuals that showed up or just was in the area, breathed in the shit and caught cancer. So there's thousands of people who have lost their lives due to 9/11, thousands who have lost their lives and been affected. She thinks January 6th was worse than 9/11. How can y'all vote for this person? I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I don't get it. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. 2,000 plus people died versus 6. And only one person died directly due to the event. The other people, it was, a couple of days after due to situations. I think one guy got beat. And then, but we're just going to say 6 people. We'll give them the 6. But 2,000 plus people versus 6? What in the hell is she talking about? And that's not the worst thing that happened since 9/11, just so we can be clear. Do this shit really be working? I got a question. Do this shit really be working when chicks will go and like follow you with like a bullshit ass page, but it's not really chicks, it's just somebody that just like stole their pictures and then they pull up into your Giuliani was the mayor during 9/11. Yep, you're correct. I have no idea why Bloomberg was there. So because I got something incorrect, you calling me names? Get out of here. Imagine thinking somebody is a coward, but you want to start trouble with them. Who's the real coward? You know what pussy niggas do? I just want to say this real quick. You know what pussy niggas do? Pussy niggas don't find niggas that can't fight. They find niggas that just don't want to have problems and try to create issues with them so they can look tough. That's what pussy niggas do. Just so we could be clear. That's what pussy niggas do. They go look for people who don't want no problems. And then they try to create an issue with them so they can look tough. That's what pussy niggas do. If I'm wrong about that, somebody put it in the chat. Am I wrong about that? Isn't that what pussy niggas do? Or am I wrong? That's what suckers do, right? They go look for people who are just living their life and don't want no problems with nobody. And then they try to create a problem with them so they can look tough, right? But that same motherfucker might put you 6 feet under with his hands. You just don't know. So that's basically my issue. I'm just dealing with a whole bunch of pussy niggas. That's it. They trying to send me to jail. For everybody that don't understand what's going on, they're trying to send me to jail. Because one of those people know about how I was when I was a teenager. So they're trying to get me to become violent so they could then go call people and tell people I'm crazy, or go call people and call the police on me. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see me avoiding conflict, I'm doing it for a reason. These niggas trying to send me to jail, fam. And yes, 100%, I believe that my family is partly behind this. 100%. So I just want to say this. So basically, whenever I'm outside, people just yell at me for no reason, trying to start a fight. For no reason. The other day, the bus driver yelled at me for no reason. They just, like you could just have a regular conversation. They don't do that. They just yell and try to create a problem. So I just walk away. I don't care about this as much as you do. Never forget, if you're a hater, you're not the main character. The main character is the person you hating on. I'm going to say that again for the people that don't get it. If you are a hater, you're not the main character of no one's story, including your own. I'm a main character. I am not going to lie. I don't like being the main character, but there's nothing that I can do about it. I just am. I hate being the main character, just so we could be clear. But there's nothing I could do about it. No matter what I do, I'm still going to be the main character until I die. If I stop doing the internet, I'm still going to be the main character. There's nothing I could do about it. It just is what it is. That's what God has deemed me. You can't be a hater and be the main character. You can't be a nigga hating on somebody else and be a main character. Anything anybody want to talk about, put it in the chat. Anything anybody want to talk about, put it in the chat. So basically, I just got a whole bunch of cowards following me around. Because if they weren't cowards, then they'd go start trouble with somebody who want trouble, instead of trying to start trouble with somebody who just want to live his life and just, trying to stay out of jail and stay out of trouble. They'd be going and starting trouble with people who want to have trouble, but they're cowards. So they go start trouble with somebody who don't want no problems. Literally the definition of a pussy. So yeah, y'all not gonna send me to jail. I'm not gonna beat up none of these people that y'all sending at me so y'all could then go arrest me. It's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna beat up none of these people that y'all sending at me so y'all could then go pretend like I'm crazy. It's not gonna happen. When I put hands on somebody, it's gonna be so overtly that they made it happen that I didn't have no other choice. And then I'm gonna go ham, just so we could be clear. I'm gonna do overkill. Not kill. I'm gonna do overkill. Tyreek Hill and the cop who bet against him. The cop bet? Oh, first of all, Tyreek Hill was completely wrong for that. And I hate that ESPN. I hate the shit that we have that's supposed to be, you know, the things that we follow as a community, because everything is foolishness. He was speeding. The cops stopped him. He had his tinted windows. The cops could not see into the vehicle. They asked him to keep his windows down while they conducted the traffic stop. He wanted to keep his windows rolled up because he didn't want them to see inside for whatever the reason was. You know how many times cops get shot in those situations? So that cop was not wrong. That cop was 100% right. 100%. Y'all just hate cops so much that y'all just want them to be in situations where they die. Like that cop don't got a family. Like that cop probably isn't one of the good cops. Like that cop don't have people to support and take care of. You niggas is weird. Y'all out here talking. I seen somebody the other day walking around with a defund the police shirt. Complete weirdo. Looks like a weirdo too. Complete weirdo. Complete weirdo. What the fuck you mean defund the police? You got niggas out here coming from other countries eating our animals, eating pets. You talking about defund the police? You got mofos taking over entire projects with assault rifles and whatnot. You talking about defund the police? Fix that comment so I could put it up there, Rich. Yo, Rich, Tada, y'all not buying me lunch today? I could use lunch support today. Pull up to the Cash App. It's being said that the cop was betting against him on online betting. I mean, I don't know if that's true. Maybe. That also takes into consideration that, you know, the cop knew he was. It could be. I mean, I don't know, but I don't care. He still didn't conduct himself appropriately during the traffic stop. The whole not wanting to roll his tinted windows down, I can't rock with that. I had an uncle. He used to be a police officer. He was a police officer in the 80s when they were still robbing drug dealers and whatnot. And he did his fair share of robbing drug dealers and then letting them niggas go. But I know drug dealers. And them niggas would way rather you not take them downtown and you just take their drugs and their money. So I don't know how to feel about the uncle. I'm not going to say his name, but I don't know how to feel about him. But I know him personally, and personally, he was a pretty good guy. I mean, I was a kid at the time, so maybe that's, you know, obviously I couldn't see everything, but he's a pretty good guy. He had his faults like anybody else. I just don't believe every single police officer deserves to die. I don't believe that every single police officer deserves to be in a situation where their life is in jeopardy. That's the job. But when that happens, then you have to do the things you need to do to take yourself out of that situation. Tyreek Hill did not want to keep his window down. And then he was yelling and he was being extremely aggressive. And coming from a person that whenever I go outside, people talk to me like it's fucking bananas. Bananas. Just people just trying to start a fight with me constantly. And sometimes I'll be looking at these people, and I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but it would definitely not go down the way that they think it's gonna go down. I just say that much. Like, it's not gonna go down that way, fam. I said something a while back, and I'm not gonna tell you the story, but I think the problem is people don't know how easy it is to kill somebody by accident. I don't think people know how easy it is to just in a regular normal fight, you're not even doing too much, and you just accidentally kill a nigga. I don't think people know how easy that is. And I think if people knew how easy that was, more people would avoid fights. Imagine having that on your conscience. That you got into a random fight with somebody because they didn't know who you were. And now they dead. And now you gotta explain this shit. And now you gotta go through how many years or whatever the fuck until you get this shit sorted out. So I think people don't know how easy it is to kill people. I think people assume as long as a person don't got a knife or a gun or something like that, it's good, it's fair. It's not always fair, fam. Some people literally do not know how to defend or protect themselves. It's not always fair. They just think that they do. Sometimes being outside is like driving a car. You have to think for the other drivers. And sometimes you got to think for them other people. They don't know no better. But that's your life. I got a cousin. I tell this story. He ended up doing, I think, like 10 years in prison or some shit. And basically what happened was some nigga stole from him, like a chain or something. And so he went and ran up on the dude, went to the dude's crib or some shit like that. And all I know is that it happened inside of a building. And so he start, whooping on the nigga. So when I was a kid, I don't know if I told y'all this, like before my generation, I was still like 2 years old or some shit. But I had an uncle, he used to be a boxer, Uncle Frank. Salute to Uncle Frank. I had an uncle that used to be a boxer. So he raised his kids, and if you came to his house, you had to throw the gloves on and you had to work out. So my brothers, all of my cousins that grew up around him, my brothers, everybody got hands, like hands. You understand? Like hands. Like these is not niggas to just be out there talking crazy to. So, his son, a teenager at this point, he was beating the dude's ass. He had a friend with him. I'm not going to say the friend's name. He had a friend with him. While he was whooping the nigga ass, the friend threw him the knife. The nigga got the knife and just started carving the nigga up and killed him. Now, he went and did about like 10, 15 years in prison. Some number. I'm not 100% sure. You don't always know who you fucking with. In just 1 second of somebody not being cognizant of what they're doing could rob you of so many years of your life of now you sitting in prison. And that's what they trying to do to me. Shout out to Will. This is BB and Fran Fro. Salute. Peace and positivity. I'm trying to get the positivity going. Why don't you add to the positivity? They go to Cash App. Let's get all of the positivities out today. Who else want to be positive? Y'all can pull up to the Cash App. That's the best way to be. It's a good way to be positive. Tada says, it looked like the cops picked that fight, and yes, he was wrong for winding up. The window issue is the issue I have. I'm also not an advocate of people unnecessarily yelling at the police. Right? I'm not an advocate of that. You know you were speeding. You know you were speeding. When you speeding, you know. They stopped you. You a whole football player with so much money. You can pay the fucking ticket. Sit there for this amount of time that they're going to hold you. Get the ticket, pay the ticket, go about your business. He decided he wanted to escalate the situation. I'm not the guy that watches the interaction with the police and regular citizens and always be like, I'm on the regular citizen. No, I'm on the side of truth. Give me 1 second, I sneeze. I'm on the side of truth. I'm not on the side of something just because these niggas is, I don't know, they the police, so we gotta hate them. I just don't subscribe to that because I know how it is for people to just hate you for no reason. Like they don't even got a reason, they just hate you. So I'm not on that. Pardon me. Yeah, so I'm completely against that, just hating somebody for no reason. They asked him to keep his window rolled down. His tints were too dark for the police to see inside of the car. I'm sorry. I'm on the police side as far as this matter is concerned. What if that wasn't Tyreek Hill? What if that wasn't Tyreek Hill? You pulling up to the Cash App, King Will? What if that wasn't Tyreek Hill? What if that was just somebody else? And they was laissez-faire about the situation. And then that person decided to shoot through the door and pull off. Then what? What if that was Tyreek Hill's car, but somebody stole it and it was really a different individual in the vehicle? What if? These are the actual things that need to be on the mind of the police officer as they're doing whatever they're doing. I don't think people understand how I don't think people understand how dangerous those situations are. And I think that that's a big thing. Ah, shit. Shout out to Hassan with the $20 drop and shout out to Will with the $5 drop. You know what? If we're going to start getting donations in morning coffee might come back as a everyday thing again. I'm just being honest with you. You know what? We got some good donations today. We will be doing the morning coffee tomorrow. How does that sound? We will 100% be doing the morning coffee tomorrow. What we got? Hour and a half. I would usually be getting off right now, but y'all guys have been donating to the platform. So we will not be getting off. If there's anybody else that want to pull up to the Cash App, we are here. What's the next thing y'all want to discuss? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to discuss? Put it in the chat. I'll drop a link if anybody wants to come up here. But obviously, I'm not allowing people up here that I just don't really know. We're not doing that. Never. Yeah, I start doing shows more often. I just don't do the shows because y'all give me the impression that y'all don't like the shows because some other people told y'all not to like the show. So y'all don't support the show. So if you don't support the show, I assume you don't like it. Just being honest. We could talk about the debate again. I did talk about the debate in the beginning of the show. Is there anything that you want to discuss about the debate at all? Also, just so we could be clear, by the beginning of October, we will be having gaming. We're gonna be getting all of our gaming stuff in the next couple of weeks. We will be having gaming. Our gaming will be predominantly at night, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends we will be throwing tournaments. I want to have a Street Fighter tournament. I want to have a Mortal Kombat tournament. I want to have a 2K tournament, and I want to have a Madden tournament specifically. And then we're going to create shows around those tournaments where I'm also going to want to interview the people who are going to be playing. You don't have to show your face or nothing like that. It's just for content. And, you don't never know what might happen. So I just want to let everybody know we are going to be doing that Street Fighter tournament, Mortal Kombat tournament. Obviously, I got to buy some of these games. So I might need for y'all to really start supporting the platform like crazy so we can make sure that we have everything that we need. Right now, I think we're going to be able to have some of the stuff that we need, but not everything. But we will be having a Street Fighter tournament. We'll be having a Mortal Kombat tournament. We will be having the 2K tournament, and we will be having a Madden tournament, just so we can be clear. And there's a couple of other games that we will be on. One of them will be, they have Battlefront 2 now. The one from PlayStation 2, they remastered it and put it, I think it's free on PlayStation. We will be playing that game on live, and we will also be playing other games. And I have an idea that I'm only going to share with a couple of y'all. I have an idea that I'm only going to be sharing with a couple of y'all because we're going to be doing a thing. Let me blow my nose real quick. All right, let's get back to the debate. So first, let's look at the votes. Who won the debate? Now, I don't care who you think won the debate. You could come say Kamala Harris won. I'm fine with that. If you insult me, I'm kicking you, period. I'm not trading insults back and forth with you. So anybody that comes up here and insults me, I'm just kicking you. I'm not trading insults with you. I don't care for the energy. I don't care for none of that. I'm just kicking you. So we have 63 people that voted. 51 of the people have voted Trump. 51% of the people have voted Trump. 29% of the people voted Kamala. 21% of the people just wanted to see the results. I am curious about what you guys think specifically. So put some things in the chat to give us, because I don't want to get off the live now because y'all niggas just did donations. So I don't want to get off. So I don't want to get off the live. So come on, pull up. Also, once again, we are going to have gaming at night, Monday through Friday. And on the weekends, we're going to have tournaments. So those tournaments, it might last 3-4 hours, might be longer. We're going to have tournaments, and we're doing it all on this page. But the content will also be uploaded to a different page for a whole different purpose. It's going to be dope. I promise you. What's up? Anything else y'all wanted to? Come on, man. Give me something. Put it in the chat. Kamala Harris lost the debate, in my opinion. Also, it was 3 against 1. It was Trump against the 2 moderators and against Kamala Harris. Third, Kamala had this thing. All right, Elgin, you believe that Kamala bodied Trump. Elgin's with them dudes. But as long as you don't disrespect me, I won't kick you. How did Kamala body Trump? Explain it. I just want you to explain your position. I can't have that music. So y'all see that thing in Kamala's ear? Apparently, there's this place called Nova H1 audio earrings. Why does that look exactly like the Nova H1 audio earrings? Somebody explain that to me. Are you trying to tell me that there's a good chance that somebody was in Kamala's ear? Elgin Times, explain that to me. Explain to me how Kamala won. All she did was smear. That's all she did. She didn't have any actual policies and nothing she really talked about. And I don't think she won that neither, but all she did was smear. That's a fact. Megan Good is reportedly paying all of Jonathan Major's bills, including child support for his daughter and $75,000 for his dog training. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say this. I always thought Jonathan Majors was gay. I just always thought he was. I'm just saying. That's one. Two, that's an investment because Jonathan Majors is an incredible actor. He's an incredible actor. He needed to snuff that nigga for hugging his woman like that in front of him, though. Got snuffed that nigga, though. I promise you. If I'm with my woman, I'm not even dating nobody right now. But if I'm with some woman and some nigga run up on her, hug her, and lift her up in the air and all that shit, nigga, that's like ding ding. That's what I just heard. I just heard ding ding. I'm just saying. But you know what? You know what? They might have been trying to bait him. Because he just got into the situation with the girl. They might have been trying to bait Jonathan Majors. You know, like how these people are always trying to bait me all the time? So I got to just walk around and just avoid problems and everything because there's always somebody trying to bait me. They might have been trying to bait Jonathan Majors. That's a possibility. Yeah. The nigga just lost in court when the chick was chasing him. That's bananas. This is what happened. Y'all keep voting Democrat. I promise you. The people who decided that shit was leftists. The woman was chasing him. He got in trouble. That's bananas. Lost his whole entire career. And y'all wonder why I don't want to be with nothing that's toxic, fam. Nothing. If you're not bringing me peace, I'm not interested at all. Not even a little. I'll die alone, fam, and be fine with it. Tada says Megan Good was a side chick who became the main. Nah, she just a beard. I kind of tried to hint to that when I told you that I always thought dude was gay. She just a beard. They trying to fix his. They trying to. They don't want to throw him away. He's an incredible actor. They don't want to throw him away. There's some people that want him. I just want to be clear about this. I don't think this was an attack on him as much as it was an attack on Disney. I think they wanted to attack Disney, attack Marvel. That's why I think they did this, because he was such a big part of their next phase that they have to bring back Robert Downey Jr. for at least a couple of movies because they don't know what the fuck to do. I think that what happened with him was an attack on Marvel. It was an attack. It was, he just, got caught up. I think it was an attack on Marvel. That's my opinion. You can do what you want with it. The irony is I never liked Kang as a character. Never. I never liked Kang as a character. Never. I just started liking Kang as a character. Well, now I can't say never, because I just started liking Kang as a character because of the research that I did after he joined the MCU. Kang is actually an incredible character, and it's a shame. But also, just so we could be clear, they don't need the same character to play Kang. Like, the problem is, and this is another thing, I think they was trying to there's one of two things. It was either an attack on Marvel, or it was Marvel trying to get out of the contract that they had with Jonathan Majors. For everybody that don't know, Marvel had a contract with Jonathan Majors where he's the only person allowed to be Kang. All of his variants had to be him. I don't know if I like that as much as I like how it is in the comic books, where there's tons of Kangs that don't look like each other, while there are Kangs that do look like each other. There are other Kangs that don't look like each other at all. So that part. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Come on. We got 29 people in here. What else y'all want to talk about? I'm trying to keep the show going. I think Kamala got killed. Said he took one suspect picture frozen. Fam, I think a lot of the shit the nigga do is suspect. I just want to be clear on this. I just think a lot of the shit the nigga do is suspect. I just think he's an incredible actor. Like, he's really a good actor. Like, he's really, really a good actor. There is a show on Netflix. I'm about to tell y'all what the name of it is. Hold on. And I'm so pissed that it didn't get a second season. It only got one season. I'm going to tell you the name of it right now. He was incredible in Loki. He was pretty good in Ant-Man and Wasp. I did not see Creed 3. Lovecraft Country. If you have not seen Lovecraft Country, go watch Lovecraft Country. I might watch that again. Incredible. He was good in The Harder They Fall. He was in the first Ant-Man? He was not in the first Ant-Man. He was also not in Ant-Man and Wasp. What the fuck are they talking about? In any regard, he was in Lovecraft Country. I'm about to tell y'all where y'all could go check that out at. I believe it's on Netflix. That's where I think I saw it. I saw it on Max. Lovecraft Country is currently on Max. Go on Max, watch Lovecraft Country. It's a television series. I promise you, you're going to love it. And when you watch it, you'll see why there was no season 2. I think they was just releasing too many secrets. I think they were just doing too many secrets. That's why there's no season 2. Haitians came over here and started eating niggas' pets, fam. Y'all really gonna vote for her? Niggas came over to America and started eating niggas' pets. Y'all really gonna vote for her? Like, y'all really gonna vote for her? Like, the dude came in here and said, Kamala body Trump. I said, how? He ain't commented back. He with them niggas. I told you. They just weirdos, man. They just weirdos. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to these people to make these people weirdos, man. I have no idea. They just weirdos. All right. I'm getting off because there's a couple of things that I do need to do because we got to prepare for the video gaming. So there's a couple of things that I do need to do to make sure that we prepare for the gaming. A lot of prep. It's actually a lot of prep work involved. It's a game called DC Universe. It's on PlayStation. It's on the computer, and it's on Switch. If you're playing on PlayStation or the computer, I think it's on Xbox also. I'm not 100% sure. But all of those platforms, you on the same server. When you play on Switch, it's only Nintendo. They have their own server. That sucks. I wish all of the servers was together, to be honest with you, but they're not. We will also be playing DC Universe a lot. We're going to be doing a lot of gaming over here. We're going to try to put in 50 hours of gaming a week. Us. Minimum. We're going to try to put in at least 50 hours a week. 60. I'm going to get closer to 100 with you guys. So we will be purchasing all of the stuff that we need. It's already basically on the way. It's happening. I have quite a few other people who have been so excited. They have one homeboy. Shout out to the dude. Nigga went out and bought a new TV, new PlayStation, everything. Niggas is ready to go, fam. We about to have a lot of fun. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody, please go out there, do something good in the world. Remember, and I hate to have to remind y'all about this all the time, but I think people need to be reminded of this. There are a lot of terrible people in the world, on the planet. There are a lot of terrible people. There are a lot of people that are just Satan worshipers and they know it. There are a lot of people who are Satan worshipers and don't even know it. But there are a lot of terrible people on this planet. A lot. Try to be one of the not terrible people. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes. Every last human being makes a mistake. It's impossible for us to be perfect. It's not possible. Don't allow Satan to make it seem like if you're not perfect, then you're not worthy. Because it's not about being perfect. It's about trying your best to do God's will. We'll all fall short. We will all continue to fall short. Because that's just the way that it's supposed to be. So go out there today, do something good. If given the opportunity, opportunity will propose itself, believe me, for every human being today that's alive. Take that opportunity to do something good and then stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you came in the name of the Most High. I love y'all. We might have a show tomorrow. Depending on how some other stuff work out, we're gonna see what I don't want to promise y'all nothing today. I don't want to promise anything. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I love y'all. Please Go out there and be one of the people that want the world to be great again. There's nothing wrong with being a good person or trying to be a good person. None of us are good. There's nothing wrong with the attempt. There's nothing wrong with being kind. There's nothing wrong with being loving. There's nothing wrong with it. I know this world has convinced you that everybody has to treat everybody else as evilly and mean and cruelly as possible because it's fun, or whatever the reason is. But there's no reason. You could just be a decent human being and just keep it pushing. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.